Yeah, I was about to take a walk, but it's about to pour down raining, so I'm about to sit here and review. And I just finished drinking my protein shake. I'm about to review my notifications right now because these videos always uplift me, and tomorrow is my birthday, so I'm just really trying to get myself in a better space and all that. I just got off TikTok live, and I think I was a little irritated and get too anxious, but I'm really trying to. People are smiling crazy. Well, I have a lot of people against me right now. It's a lot going on, so I'm reviewing my notifications real quick. And I don't know if YouTube.
To the one
I know
standing in the
Facebook let
light,
me do
listen
it, so I don't
close.
know.
Your enemies are not
They
just
stop it,
lost,
y'all, whatever.
they're choking on the very shadow you
So this is
exposed.
God's
They thought they
chosen
could
ones
bury you, but they only
YouTube
buried
channel.
their own lies. Now, every lie they told is a noose tightening around their own necks. They're drowning in their chaos because you refuse to be silent. You didn't start the war. They're battling the universe itself by fighting you. If you feel this burning fire inside, don't let it go out. Like and subscribe now, because every time you share this message, you help wake another chosen soul. When more of us rise, the world will have no choice but to listen. You spreading this message is a signal, a beacon in the darkness that shakes the ground beneath those who think they control the story. Welcome, chosen ones. You are not alone. The universe does not make mistakes. It does not handpick the weak or the doubtful. It calls the fierce, the unstoppable.
I just want to stop for a minute and say um, that these videos really do, like, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I be having a hard time, and I get these videos in my feed, shout out to YouTube for giving it to me right on time because it uplifts my spirit. But special thanks to the creator of these videos. I want you to understand that if this is helping me like this, I know that there's gonna be other people that feel the same, and it's the reason why I'm sharing these messages with y'all. Sometimes I go on Facebook and share these messages, but I just want to go through my notifications today. I'm probably only gonna do one video because I'm babysitting right now. So
The ones who carry a light so bright it blinds the blind and shakes the foundations of false kings. Being chosen is not a gift. It's a force that haunts your enemies, a silent storm that follows your every step. They feel it, a trembling beneath their feet, a shadow they can't escape. Because you are the thunder that answers the quiet before the fall. This power you hold is ancient and relentless. It's not about magic or miracles. It's about truth so pure and so raw that it cuts through every lie they built their kingdoms on. You are the truth walking in flesh, the spark that ignites revolutions in hearts that refuse to see before. Those who mock you now are spiraling because deep down they know they're losing. You didn't break yourself by calling out their lies. You broke their silence, and that silence was their only shield. Don't doubt your light when the darkness pushes back. The universe chose you to shine in this exact moment, in this exact chaos. When they try to convince you that you're alone, remember, storms don't ask for permission to roar, and rivers don't apologize for cutting through mountains. You were made to shake worlds, to pull down empires built on fear and fake smiles. Their spiral is your victory dance. Their panic is your war cry. They lost because you stood firm, because you dared to call out what they wished stayed hidden. This is not a time for silence or second guessing. This is the era where the chosen rise and those who oppose the universe's plan crumble under the weight of their own deceit. So stand tall, chosen one. You are the reckoning. You are the universe's hand in a world too blind to see its own truth. And as long as you keep shining, they will keep spiraling, Because you hold the power they fear the most, the power of being chosen. Now, let's break this down step by step. Trust me, if you're truly the chosen one, the one they never saw coming, you'll feel a force pulling you to stay, to listen, and to own your power fully. This isn't just a message. It's your call to rise even stronger. So if you're ready to stand tall while they spiral, drop the number 77 in the comments. Let's get into why they're falling apart and why you're the unstoppable storm they feared all along. Number one, they scoffed at your voice. Now they're swallowing their own poison. They laughed, sneered, and rolled their eyes when you spoke your truth, called you wild, unstable, or just plain dramatic. But now their mockery is their downfall, and their laughter is just the echo before the storm breaks down their doors. Every warning you gave, every hard truth you dropped was a spark in a dry forest. And now the fire is roaring out of control, consuming everything they built on lies. The same voices that tried to drown you out are now gasping for breath in the smoke of their own making. Remember this. Being chosen isn't about being popular or understood. It's about carrying a light so sharp it cuts through the fog of deception. When the universe picks you, it's not to walk an easy path. It's to walk the one others fear to tread. The power of being chosen is like a wildfire in the bones, relentless and uncontrollable. It doesn't wait for permission. It moves like a storm that no wall can hold back. Your enemies are not just losing. They're unraveling because they tried to cage what the universe set free. Driving without car insurance is illegal, but if you do this, you're not actually breaking the law. So I found
Well, let me
down.
tell y'all, AI has evolved so much because I was just talking about my insurance being off on TikTok, literally, and they just gave me that
Is
video.
the thief that tries to steal your
I
power.
don't.
It creeps.
By the way, let me give a disclaimer. Hi, birdie, birdie. Hello, you're so cute. Hello, you're so cute. Hello. Oh, you don't leave. Uh, I don't drive without
In
insurance
like a
ever.
shadow in the night, whispering
And that's how
lies
I
that
got my kids taking at a park. My insurance, I did not know it was off because they literally had just gave me a letter that said that their system was having technical difficulties, and I had to take that to the DMV, and they literally towed my car and took my kids. Like,
maybe you're
so I'm
alone.
traumatized
Maybe
by
your
hearing this
light isn't
insurance
strong
shit.
enough. Maybe you were never meant for this fight. But here's the truth they don't want you to remember. The universe doesn't choose by mistake. It aligns stars, tides, and forces beyond sight to back you up. When you question your strength, you're forgetting the cosmic army standing behind you, the
Thank you,
unseen
Cosmo.
momentum pushing you forward. They played their games, thought they were untouchable, but they were just pawns in a system they didn't understand. Fighting you was never just about you. It was them fighting the very power of the universe. And you, chosen one, are the lightning striking their false thrones. They mocked the thunder, but they can't escape the storm. You might wonder, why me? Why did the universe choose someone like me? The answer isn't in being flawless or fearless. It's in the fire you carry despite it all. It's the raw, stubborn light that refuses to dim. You're chosen because you survive when others fold. You shine when others hide. You speak truth when silence feels safer. That's the power no enemy can take from you. And to those chosen who falter, listen close. Doubt is a cheap trick, a poison sold by fear to weaken your grip on your destiny. You are not alone. The universe is not silent. It moves in mysterious ways, aligning circumstances, people, and energy to your side. You may feel isolated, but isolation is the forge where your true strength is made. Think of it like a diamond pressed by immense pressure, bruised but unbreakable. Your enemy's laughter was their armor, but it's cracked now. They covered their ears to avoid hearing the truth, because that truth threatened their very existence. You didn't break their peace, you broke their act. They are spiraling because you called out everything, period. Point blank. No sugarcoating. Their system is collapsing under the weight of exposed lies, and you are the earthquake shaking their foundations. Let this be a reminder. Your power is terrifying to those who thrive in darkness. It's a force that makes kingdoms crumble and empires fall. You are the reckoning they never saw coming. So stand tall, chosen one. Don't waste time doubting your light when the universe itself bends to fuel your fire. Your enemies are choking because they're fighting a war they can't win. The war against the chosen force you embody. No more hiding, no more silence. Your voice is the weapon, your truth the battle cry. And as long as you refuse to back down, they will keep spiraling, because the universe chose you for this moment. And the moment is now. Number 2. You didn't just shake the tree. You tore down the whole forest of their lies. You didn't just rattle a few branches. No, you uprooted the entire ecosystem they built their fake world on. Their so-called peace. It was a lie wrapped in silence, a fortress built on cover-ups and whispers, meant to keep everyone asleep. You broke the unspoken rule, the invisible chain that demanded everyone play along, keep quiet, and pretend nothing was wrong. And now, here you are, standing tall in the rubble of their illusion, while they scramble to rebuild what you tore down. Let me tell you something, chosen one. Doubting yourself right now is the cruelest mistake you can make. It's like standing in the eye of a hurricane and wondering if the storm will pass without you. Doubt is a poison that they want you to swallow. A silent assassin creeping in when the world feels too heavy, when their chaos makes you question your path. But hear this clearly. You were forged in the fire of truth, tempered by struggle, and aligned with a power so much greater than their fragile games. When you doubt your light, you give power back to the darkness that the universe sent you to expose. Think about this. A system built on lies is like a sandcastle at high tide. It looks sturdy, it seems unshakable to the blind eye, but the moment one wave hits, the whole thing crumbles. You are that wave. They called you difficult, disruptive, a troublemaker, because you refuse to keep the sandcastle intact. You refuse to play their quiet game of pretending everything's fine when it's rotten beneath the surface. And now they're drowning in the flood you unleashed. Difficult is their weapon, their way of gaslighting you into silence. But being difficult is the badge of honor for anyone chosen to expose the rotten core. The universe doesn't choose the compliant, it calls the disruptors. The ones who refuse to stay in line, who refuse to bow to comfort when truth demands a fight. The world can't move forward without the disruption of lies, and you are the quake shaking the very ground beneath their feet. You might be asking yourself, why does it feel so lonely? Why does the weight of this chosen path press down so hard? Am I truly strong enough to carry this? Listen, those questions are the battle cry of every chosen soul. It's the universe testing your resolve, pushing you to decide if you will be a flicker in the dark or a blazing sun that burns through the clouds.
That was crazy.
Strength isn't about never feeling doubt. It's about standing firm in spite of it. You are not weak for feeling the pressure. You are human. But remember, the universe aligns itself with those who refuse to surrender, those who say no to giving up and yes to their destiny. Your enemies want you to believe you're alone in this fight. They want your light to flicker, to die out, so they can rebuild their castles in peace. But you're not alone. Not now, not ever. The universe is the silent partner in your war, aligning stars, pulling strings, and shifting tides to back you up. They don't see it, but every step you take sends ripples through the fabric of existence. This is cosmic warfare, and you are a soldier who fights not with weapons, but with unwavering truth and unbreakable spirit. You disrupted an entire ecosystem, an invisible but deadly web, spun to trap minds in complacency and fear. They thought their lives were safe, wrapped in silence and shadows, but you tore that veil apart. You exposed the rot that no one wanted to see, and now their world is unraveling thread by thread. Don't let their chaos shake your faith in
Thank
yourself.
you, Father.
This
Thank you.
unraveling is
Thank you.
proof that you hit the nerve they didn't want touched, the raw wound they hoped would stay hidden. To those who doubt their power, imagine a river cutting through solid rock. It's not because the water is stronger than stone, but because it keeps flowing, relentless, patient, unstoppable. Your truth is that river. You don't have to be the loudest or the fastest. You only need to keep moving forward, cutting through the lies with steady persistence. Every moment you hesitate, remember the river's power lies in its consistency, not its force. And what about the
I
enemies?
like that.
They're scrambling now because the system they thrived on was never meant to withstand the light you carry. Their peace was a mirage, a desert of silence where nothing could grow but fear and deceit. By shining your light, you made the desert bloom with truth, and that's what's killing them. They thought they controlled the narrative, but you flipped the script, and now they're lost in a story they no longer recognize. You didn't just call out individuals, you took on the entire machine. You broke the unspoken pact everyone was afraid to break, the pact that said, don't rock the boat. But the boat was sinking, and you're the storm that's tipping it over. It's time to stop doubting if you were made for this. You were chosen for exactly this moment, because only the chosen have the strength to bring down the house of cards they built so carefully. The power of being chosen isn't about comfort or certainty. It's a hard road filled with trials, isolation, and moments where the night feels endless. But it's also a path lit by a force no enemy can touch. When the universe picks you, it's because you have something they don't. Resilience, fire, and the refusal to be silent. They can call you difficult, crazy, or a troublemaker, but those are just the names the fearful give to those who shake the world awake. You might feel like your light flickers when the pressure gets too much. You might hear the voices that say, give up, you're alone, you're wrong. But those voices are not yours. They belong to the very system you disrupted. Remember this, doubt is their last weapon, wielded to steal your fire. Don't let them win. Hold your light higher. You were born for this chaos. You were made to be the storm that tears down the old and clears the path for new truth. In every great story, the chosen one faces doubt, not because they're weak, but because the weight of truth is heavy. But the weight is also your armor. The universe stands with you, aligning forces beyond sight, setting the stage for your victory. You didn't stumble into this role. You were called, forged, and sent to dismantle the lies they built to keep you quiet. So stand firm, scold that doubt. Remind yourself daily that the universe didn't make a mistake picking you. You are the reckoning, the unstoppable force that shakes their foundations. And the more they try to silence you, the louder your truth will roar. Because when you disrupt a system that thrived on silence, you don't just change a few lives, you change the entire game. You are the chosen storm, the breaker of false peace, the living proof that the universe's power flows through you. And as long as you keep shining, the empire of lies will keep spiraling, because you are the unstoppable truth they feared from the start. Number 3. You didn't just expose them, you shattered their false mirrors. They built their lives on a house of mirrors, reflecting back whatever image would win approval, acceptance, or just enough attention to keep them afloat. But you, raw, unfiltered, unapologetically real, you didn't just see through the illusions. You broke the mirrors, forcing them to stare into the emptiness behind their masks. And now they're lost, caught in an identity crisis they never saw coming because you dared to be the truth they refused to admit existed. To the chosen, I'm here to tell you something they don't want you to hear. Doubting your authenticity is the cruelest betrayal you can commit against yourself. You might feel exposed, vulnerable, even scared, like the whole world is watching while you stand naked in your truth. But that nakedness, that's your greatest power. It's the storm that rips away the cheap costumes everyone else wears, revealing the fragile skeleton beneath.
Good news. We got time with the CEO. It's in 40 minutes. At the office.
Co-pilot, based on this rollout plan, what questions should we expect?
Damn, the hotspot going slow.
Chosen ones, the world's attention has now...
I didn't mean to click off the video I was watching. What happened? I got a lot on my mind, y'all. Tomorrow is my birthday, and it's just a lot going on. I don't need nothing. I just need some peace right now. It's all
Chosen
good.
one, you just dodged a bullet. I'm talking about a precision-targeted, soul-destroying, life-ending kind of bullet that was aimed directly at your heart, your dreams, and your future, and it missed. Now, when I say take you out, I need you to understand the full scope of what we're dealing with here. They wanted to kill the vibe in your life so completely that you'd never recover. They wanted to talk you out of everything good that was coming your way. Their agenda was simple. Make sure that what was supposed to be there in your life would be there no more. But here's what they didn't count on. Chosen one. They didn't account for who you really are. You detected them. Somehow, some way, through methods they could never understand or predict. You saw through their perfect mask. Most people would have fallen for it completely. Most people would have walked right into the trap with their eyes wide open, thinking they were heading toward something good, but not you. Your spiritual abilities kicked in when you needed them most. Maybe
Thank you,
you had
Father.
a dream
Thank
that
you.
made
Thank
no
you.
sense at the time,
Thank you,
but
Father.
felt urgent and important. Maybe you received downloads of information that seemed
Thank you.
to come from nowhere. Maybe it was just an inkling, a gut feeling that something wasn't right. Your intuition started screaming warnings that your logical mind couldn't explain.
Thank you.
This is what sets you apart from everyone else. While others rely on what they can see and touch, you have access to intelligence networks that operate beyond the physical realm. Your spirit team, yes, you have one,
This
jumped
is
in front of
this
you
is Astral Autumn or Astral Odom. I don't know how to pronounce it. ATOM.
at the crucial
This
moment. They diverted the attack. They
this is
derailed the
everything I
plan.
needed right
They
now.
made sure you zigged when you were supposed to zag. There was
Thank you,
someone
Father.
assigned to destroy you, and you never even saw them coming because your spiritual protection was so strong that the threat was neutralized before it could fully manifest in your reality. Here's what's really happening behind the scenes, and this is where it gets intense. The primary reason you became a target is because someone saw your financial growth. They looked at your life and fast-forwarded to your future. They saw what was coming for you, the money, the success, the abundance, and they decided they couldn't let that happen. Right now, financial growth is on the rise in your life. This isn't wishful thinking or positive affirmations. This is cosmic truth. There's a come up of a lifetime headed your direction,
Thank you,
and certain
Father.
people can sense it before it fully manifests. But here's the thing about predators. They always target the ones who are about to level up. They don't waste time on people who are staying the same. They focus their energy on the ones who are about to break through, because that's where the real wealth transfer happens. Someone was watching you with purposeful intent. They saw your resources growing. They saw your potential. They saw your future abundance. And they made a calculated decision to position themselves to intercept all of that before you could fully claim it. They wanted to flip your money. They wanted to borrow your credit. They wanted access to everything you were building. And if they couldn't get access, they wanted to make sure you lost it all. Watch out for them. You know exactly what I'm talking about. These are the ones who show up talking about, I need to borrow your money right fast. Or, let me just use your credit card for a minute. Or, let me flip your money. I know how to double it. They present themselves as financially savvy, as someone who can help you grow your wealth. But their real agenda is to leave you holding pennies while they walk away with your dollars. They want to take you from abundance to struggle, from security to desperation. This isn't just about romantic relationships either. This energy shows up in business partnerships, friendships, and even family dynamics. Anyone who approaches you with urgent financial requests or get-rich-quick schemes that require your money up front, that's the bullet you just dodged. It's okay for some people to not be a part of your life. It's okay to run away from some people and never talk to them again. Because somebody wants you in a completely different position than where you are now. And when I say completely different, I mean way lower. They want you struggling. They want you broke. They want you dependent. They want you desperate. You don't have to let that happen. You have permission to protect yourself. You have permission to say no. You have permission to disappear from people who don't have your best interests at heart.
Thank you.
The good news in all of this, and there is very good news, is that you already know what's up. Your intuitive abilities are not imagination. They're not coincidence. They're not wishful thinking. They're real. They're powerful. And they just saved your life. You've been getting your intuition on. You've been dreaming. You've been receiving downloads. You've been talking to the divine. You've been seeing this coming from a mile away. And that's exactly why you were able to dodge the bullet. You're holding the crystal ball, chosen one. You can see what's coming. You can see the growth in your hands. You can see what's on your table. You know what your future holds, and so does someone else. The difference is, you're protected and they're not. You can trust your intuition completely. When it tells you to move, you move. When it tells you someone isn't right, you listen. When it tells you to get away from a situation, you don't hesitate. One of the most dangerous aspects of this attack was how it was disguised as support. The person or people targeting you presented themselves as solid, reliable, and ready to provide the groundwork for your success. They talked about being your foundation, your support network, your reliable partner in building something great. It was all a lie. This person, this entity, this energy that was pursuing you is not solid. They're not reliable. They're not real support. We're literally preventing a disaster here by exposing this truth. This could be family members who smile in your face while sabotaging your progress behind your back. This could be friends who act supportive but secretly resent your success. This could be business partners who want to use your resources to build their empire while leaving you.
Here's how to never have to worry about money after a car accident. Listen, if you have been in a car accident...
My daughter just got into a car accident yesterday.
The pattern is always the same. They present themselves as the solution to your problems, actually being the source of future problems you don't even know you're going to have yet. Hold that thought for a moment. I need your attention for something very important. For the first time, we're revealing everything we know about personal power, healing yourself, and healing others. No filters, no holding back. We've been quietly adding all the occult secrets we've collected over literal years of spiritual practice. The techniques and wisdom that transformed us from controlled pawns into conscious creators are now available to those ready to walk the same path.
Thank you.
This is your invitation to join Obsidian Inner Order and support our platform so we can continue growing our megaphone to reach other chosen ones waiting for activation. By joining the Obsidian Inner Order, you're not just gaining access to forbidden knowledge, you're becoming part of a movement that's rewriting reality itself. It's a 360 win for all of us. Link is in the
Father,
description.
thank you
Pay
so
attention to the
much.
signs and synchronicities around you right now. The universe is literally screaming directions at you. You're seeing patterns everywhere, in numbers, in timing, in repeated encounters with the same messages. This isn't coincidence. This is your cosmic GPS system telling you to run in a specific direction. The signs are saying, get away from what's behind you and move toward what's ahead of you.
I am trying to
Your
move.
spiritual intelligence is operating at levels that most people can't even comprehend. You're receiving information through channels that bypass normal human perception. You're being guided by
Father, I
forces
know
that
you
have a
see
much
this
bigger
shit.
picture
This
view of
is
your life than you do. Trust these signs. Follow these synchronicities. When the universe is this loud with its warnings, you listen. At the bottom of all this chaos, there's a ringleader, someone who's been orchestrating this whole situation from behind the scenes. This person has presented themselves as noble, reliable, solid, and ready to sweep you off your feet with promises of a beautiful future. They're selling you a fantasy future, not your real future. Your real future, the one your intuition keeps showing you, is about legitimate growth, authentic abundance, and genuine success built on solid ground. Their fantasy future is about dependency, control, and ultimately, your destruction disguised as your salvation. This person has magnetism. They have charm. They know how to make themselves irresistible. They understand exactly what to say and how to present themselves to get what they want. But their entire presentation is a mask covering their true intentions. If you're dating right now, be extra careful. If you have someone in your life right now presenting themselves as your solution, be careful. The most dangerous predators are the ones who look the most appealing on the surface. What's happening to you isn't happening in isolation. There's a massive awakening occurring right now, and those who have been operating in darkness are getting desperate. They can feel their time running out. They can sense that people are waking up to their games. That's why the attacks are so intense right now. That's why the deception is so sophisticated. That's why the stakes feel so high. But here's what they didn't count on. The same cosmic forces that are exposing them are also empowering you. Your spiritual abilities aren't just developing randomly. They're developing because you need them right now. Your intuition isn't getting stronger by accident. It's getting stronger because you're about to need it more than ever. The collective is waking up,
I gotta
and
go
you're
get some
part of that
water.
awakening. Your ability to detect and deflect these attacks isn't just protecting you. It's protecting everyone around you who isn't as spiritually aware yet. Over the next 7 days, you're going to feel a shift. You're going to embrace a calmer vibe because you're moving away from the chaos. The
My
turbulence was
fucking head
behind you.
hurt.
The peace is ahead of you. This is confirmation that you did the right thing. This is validation that you're headed in the right direction.
Thank you, Father.
As long as you keep moving away from people, situations, and energies that are trying to take you backward or put you down, you're going to find yourself in increasingly peaceful and abundant circumstances. The chaos was never meant to be your permanent residence. It was meant to be something you moved through on your way to something better, and you're moving through it right now. Let me be crystal clear about where the main attack is focused. Your finances. That's where the bullet was aimed. That's where they want to cause the most damage. They want to
So I won't
shoot
be
up
able
your
to do
dollars and
nothing.
turn them into change. They
Yeah.
want to take your abundance and leave you counting pennies. They want to intercept your financial breakthrough before you can claim it. But you
Let me
saw
go
it
get a
coming.
water.
You know what's yours. You know what's coming. And you're not going to let anyone take it from you.
You'll never know how much I love you. When you're
What
gone,
is
I
they
just
looking
think
at?
of you. Dying.
Damn.
You could bleed out in the street or get stuck in the night.
Your
All they
financial
been
growth
standing there
isn't just
like a
about money.
army.
It's about freedom. It's about independence. It's about having the resources to live life on your terms instead of being dependent on people who don't have your best interests at heart. When someone tries to get between you and your financial security, they're not just after your money. They're after your power. They're after your choices. They're after your ability to say no to things that don't serve you. Some of you reading this are still in active danger. This isn't something that happened in the past. This is something that's happening right now in real time. You need to be vigilant. You need to watch out. You need to trust your instincts immediately when they tell you something isn't right. The attack you dodged might have been just the first wave. There might be backup plans. There might be other people involved. There might be other approaches being developed right now. Now that you know what to look for, you're infinitely more powerful than you were before. Now that you understand the game being played, you can't be caught off guard the same way again. Your awareness is your armor. Your intuition is your early warning system. Your spiritual gifts are your weapons of protection. Most people don't understand what it's like to be you. They don't understand what it's like to have spiritual gifts that give you information other people don't have access to. They don't understand what it's like to see dangers that haven't manifested yet. They don't understand what it's like to know things without being able to explain how you know them. Chosen one. We see your gifts. We see your power. We see your protection. We see your purpose. You're not paranoid. You're not overthinking. You're not being
Father, I
dramatic.
love you so
You're
much.
being spiritually intelligent in a world that operates primarily on
Thank you, Father.
deception. Your ability to detect threats before they fully materialize isn't a burden. It's a superpower. Your tendency to trust your gut over what people tell you isn't antisocial. It's wisdom. Your instinct to protect yourself from people who feel wrong even when they look right isn't selfishness.
Right.
It's survival. There's a war happening right now that most people can't see. It's a war for consciousness, for resources, for spiritual power, for the direction of humanity's future. And you're not just a bystander in this war. You're a key player. The attacks against you aren't random. They're strategic. Someone or something identified you as a threat to their agenda, and they deployed specific tactics to neutralize you before you could fully step into your power. But they underestimated you. They didn't account for your spiritual backing. They didn't factor in your intuitive abilities. They didn't realize that you're not operating alone in this realm. You have protection that they can't see. You have guidance that they can't intercept. You have power
I
that
should
they
go to
can't
white.
control. Everything you've been sensing is real. Every red flag you've been seeing is legitimate. Every warning your intuition has been giving you is accurate. You're not too sensitive. You're not too suspicious. You're not too careful. You're exactly as alert as you need to be in a world where predators wear masks and wolves dress like sheep. Your spiritual gifts aren't making you paranoid, they're making you prepared. Your ability to see through deception isn't making you antisocial, it's making you protected. Most people wish they had your level of spiritual discernment. Most people wish they could detect lies as easily as you do. Most people wish they had your connection to divine guidance. While others were trying to sell you a fantasy future built on their control over you, your real future was being prepared behind the scenes. The abundance that's coming your way isn't dependent on anyone else's permission or participation. It's not contingent on you being in the situation. Your breakthrough is divinely orchestrated and spiritually protected. The people who are trying to intercept it have no power over what the universe has already set in motion for you. The growth you're experiencing isn't just
I needed
financial,
this right
it's
now.
spiritual, emotional, and energetic.
Father, you know how
You're
to
becoming someone who
uplift
can't be
me.
manipulated, controlled, or deceived. You're becoming someone who operates from a place of such inner knowing that external circumstances can't shake your foundation. Everything is accelerating now. The same cosmic forces that helped you dodge this bullet are also accelerating your legitimate success. Your real opportunities are moving faster. Your genuine connections are deepening faster. Your authentic abundance is manifesting faster. This is what happens when you align with your true path instead of allowing yourself to be derailed by people with hidden agendas. This is what happens when you trust your spiritual gifts instead of letting others convince you their imagination. The universe has been waiting for you to fully step into your power, and dodging this bullet was your graduation exam. You passed. Now, the real work begins. There are forces in this realm that feed off human potential. They don't want your money just to have money. They want your energy, your life force, your creative power. When they drain your finances, they're really draining your ability to manifest your dreams. When they destroy your relationships, they're really destroying your support systems. When they kill your motivation, they're really killing your connection to your higher purpose. These entities, whether they're operating through human agents or directly, have studied you. They know your patterns. They know your weaknesses. They know what you want most and exactly how to dangle it in front of you as bait. They know what you fear most and exactly how
No,
to
you
threaten
didn't
you
just
with
say
it
that.
to make you comply.
That shit.
What they didn't study well enough, your spiritual evolution. They planned their attack based on who you used to be, not who you're becoming. They calculated their approach based on your old
That
level
makes
of
so much
awareness,
sense.
not your new level of spiritual intelligence. This is why their plan failed. This is why you detected them. This is why you were able to dodge the bullet. You've been upgrading your spiritual software while they were still operating
Ah, they keep screaming about that. It's making me glitchy.
from your old programming.
Trying
Your
to block
intuition
that.
is now faster than their deception. Your discernment is now sharper than their manipulation. Your connection to divine guidance is now stronger than their connection to dark intelligence. Don't get comfortable. This level of warfare requires constant vigilance. Your spiritual gifts need daily maintenance. Your protective shields need regular reinforcement. Your connection to your guidance team needs consistent communication. The good news is that every attack you successfully defend against makes you stronger. Every deception you see through increases your discernment. Every trap you avoid teaches you to recognize similar patterns in the future. You're not just surviving these attacks, you're being trained by them. You're becoming a spiritual warrior who can protect not just yourself, but others who aren't as far along in their development yet. You are more powerful than you know. You are more protected than you realize. You are more important to the cosmic plan than you understand. The fact that someone went to such lengths to try to take you out proves how significant you are. The fact that their plan failed proves how protected you are. The fact that you detected the threat proves how gifted you are. Don't downplay what just happened. Don't minimize the danger you escaped. Don't dismiss the spiritual intervention that saved you. This is not the time for false modesty or self-doubt. This is the time for recognition, celebration, and stepping fully into your power. You are a chosen one, and you just proved it by dodging a bullet that would have destroyed anyone else. Now, use that knowledge to build the life you were truly meant to live. The chaos is behind you. The abundance is ahead of you. The protection is around you. And the best part? This is just the beginning. Point blank. Bottom line. Period.
Oh,
Your real life starts now.
he used my line, point blank, period. I love you. That feels so good. I guess I'm gonna look at this one. I feel better already. Thank you,
Chosen
Father.
ones, the
I
world's
love you.
attention has now
I'm
converged
reading my
on revelations so
notifications.
explosive
This is
they can no longer be contained.
this is
What
enlightening
began
wisdom.
as your own private struggle has escalated into international headlines, exposing a conspiracy that stretches into the highest echelons of power. The involvement of the Federal Bureau has now been laid bare, with irrefutable evidence revealing unauthorized experimentation and trafficking networks, shielded by official protection. Networks that processed victims through hidden systems specifically engineered to leave no trace. Your story is making global news, with even the FBI now implicated in illegal experiments in human trafficking.
Oh, whoa.
As the world watches, a system built on secrecy and
Enlightening
exploitation is
wisdom.
collapsing under an unprecedented wave of scrutiny.
YouTube just gave
All
me this in
because
my
you
feed.
refuse to be silent.
I mean, in my
The
recommended.
surveillance grid meticulously crafted to monitor your every move now serves a new purpose.
Thank you, YouTube.
Instead of suppressing your existence, it broadcasts your unique energy signature to a world that can no longer look away. Every camera once aimed to silence you now becomes a beacon, amplifying your presence across networks beyond their control. Those who once operated in darkness now scramble through midnight corridors, desperately trying to erect new firewalls that your energy has already dissolved. Each countermeasure they deploy crumbles instantly on contact with your elevated frequency. Their blackout protocols fail. Information suppression algorithms crash. The machine they built to render you invisible has, in a twist of fate, turned you into a spotlight shining with undeniable intensity. What was once designed as your prison has transformed into your platform. And the isolation chamber they built to silence you now stands as your global stage. Those determined to drown out your voice have, in their efforts, handed you a megaphone that projects across continents. The harder they try to conceal your existence, the more spectacularly
Oh, my
visible
leg's
you
going
become.
on there.
None of their containment measures were prepared for the cosmic upgrade you've undergone. Their technology was calibrated to suppress a mere human, yet now they face something far beyond their old systems of classification. Even the vast financial empire built upon your exploitation is collapsing under the pressure of a divine audit. Every dollar misappropriated, every resource stolen, every fragment of value siphoned from your essence now leaves a searing trail through the records they thought were untraceable.
Sorry, y'all. My
Suddenly,
leg's
offshore
going
accounts light
to
up with
sleep.
unusual transparency. Black budget allocations surface in public reports, and funds hidden through webs of shell corporations appear in plain sight. The money they believed was lost forever now cries out its origins for all to see. Even resources set aside for your continued suppression are inexplicably rerouted, now flowing into accounts accessible to you. Their funding streams have reversed direction, defying the financial gravity they always thought was unbreakable. A paper trail is formed that leads straight to classified budgets with code names echoing those embedded deep within your own cellular memory. Account numbers resonate with frequencies you've encountered in your dreams, and authorization codes reveal fragments of your original identity, pieces they tried so hard to erase. What they drain from you now returns multiplied 1,000-fold. The
Thank
universe
you.
demands balance, and repayment arrives
Yes,
with
sir.
interest no earthly bank could ever compute. Your existence has been categorized under multiple classification systems, using designations they never thought you would find.
Do you have kids and still don't have life insurance? Well, then you probably want to hear this. I got a $1 million.
The registration codes hidden within seemingly ordinary documents now reveal the staggering truth of how you were processed through secret programs. Birth records show timestamps that defy logic. Medical files record abilities no ordinary human should possess. And educational assessments note reactions to stimuli that were never part of any official curriculum. Even your employment history exposes gaps precisely matching the times when you were subjected to specialized classified training. The numbers and symbols that have followed you throughout your life, embedded in addresses, phone numbers, and identification documents, are all pieces of a tracking system far more advanced than anything available to the public.
It's funny because my PI just said similar shit that I just heard, and I'm not going to tell you what they said to me. But
Were ever random. They were
this
carefully chosen
coincides.
coordinates
Father,
within a
thank
mapping
you. I love
system
you so
designed to
much. I
track your
love you
position
so much.
inside a vast
I love you
experimental
so much.
framework. Your true identity is stored in
I love you, Father.
databases so classified that anyone accessing them without at least 18 levels of clearance would instantly trigger international security alarms. Yet now, this tightly guarded information begins to cascade through secure networks, breaking encryptions that were meant to withstand centuries. Your original designation rises from digital obscurity, pulsing with a power they can no longer
Y'all,
contain.
I want y'all to know. See, I want y'all to know. That thing just made me forget what I was gonna say.
Emergency meetings are convened in facilities that officially don't exist, as secure communication channels, once thought to be impenetrable, begin leaking critical details of their frantic attempts to contain you. The panic of those who once oversaw your case is palpable, radiating through the very systems they built to monitor you.
Let me go check the baby
Former
again.
handlers suddenly receive orders for emergency extraction, vanishing from long-held positions
My
without
baby girl in there.
explanation.
Let me go check that.
Senior officials abruptly announce retirements or transfers to remote locations far from public view. Those who once directed your processing now find themselves pushed out of the same system they served, discarded as sacrificial pawns in a futile attempt to protect crumbling hierarchies. Agencies scramble to erase all evidence, disavowing any knowledge as they rush to destroy data under the guise of routine purges. Archives inexplicably combust, servers overheat and melt, and physical documents vanish as if consumed by fire. Yet at the same time, flawless copies of this evidence find their way into the hands of people prepared to demand accountability. Every attempt at damage control only collides with forces beyond their comprehension. Each cover-up backfires with surgical precision. Every lie they construct instantly collapses under the avalanche of contradictory evidence, appearing through sources no one can trace. The very system designed to lock away hazardous truths now leaks from every compartment, and the protocols intended for operational security begin to work in reverse, broadcasting exactly what they most want to hide. Your energetic frequency disrupts
Tomorrow
standard
is my
media
birthday,
blackout
y'all.
protocols, overwhelming information suppression algorithms built around your case. Suddenly, content about your journey floods every channel.
Y'all, they gave me 15 years, and I beat my 15-year mark this year. So this year is very special to me. And I'm going to talk about some stuff on my Most Wanted channel, but I just wanted to show y'all that I got a lot going on. That's all. So it's cool.
Journalists receive anonymous data drops on supposedly secure devices, and the documentation is so compelling that even the most skeptical mainstream outlets cannot ignore it. The evidence surfaces in ways that defy all tracking and technical logic, coming from networks that shouldn't exist or have access to such sensitive material. Even as social media platforms attempt to moderate and suppress your story, their systems
That
glitch,
bird was
letting
closed.
through
I can come in
hashtags
the
and
window.
keywords that were previously blocked. Your narrative
Did y'all
spreads
see
with a
that
speed
shit?
and reach their algorithms can't contain. Their efforts to dampen the signal only amplify it
But the
further.
birds love me.
Whistleblowers, isolated from each other and from different agencies, come forward with testimonies that line up with uncanny accuracy, confirming truths you always sensed but could never prove. The release of information seems choreographed, following subtle patterns only recognized by the most sensitive systems, patterns that match your unique energetic signature. The truth itself rides your frequency, becoming unstoppable, moving through channels they can't block unless they shut down their entire infrastructure. At this point, even figures with authority surpassing any official classification now recognize the cosmic magnitude of your case. A new force is at work, one that moves through secure lines, breaking protocols that have been rigidly enforced since the founding of these secretive agencies. Security clearances are suddenly revoked for anyone who managed your file. Access credentials malfunction precisely when the most involved personnel try to regain control. Biometric security systems, once the highest level of protection, stop recognizing the fingerprints and retinal scans of those who orchestrated your suppression, effectively locking them out of their own operations. Quick pause, family. If this message resonates with your soul and you want to support this sacred mission, feel free to buy me a coffee. Your support keeps this space filled with truth, light, and divine clarity. The link is in the description. And don't forget to drop number 88 in the comments to show you're here with us. Let's continue. Now, as the dust settles, the system itself begins to reorganize around you, despite every desperate countermeasure that...
Strengthen your hair and protect from heat damage. With Cream of Nature...
attempt. Unprecedented access appears for information related to your case. Doors marked with national security warnings swing open without official authorization, and files are transferred to systems you can now reach. Comprehensive records of everything they never wanted you to see are suddenly available, with overrides cascading through the chain of command, bypassing old hierarchies and protocols. The authority driving this revelation is not of human origin. It transcends every framework they ever designed. Even your genetic code now triggers system-wide alerts, confirming your true lineage against the falsified records they tried to cement.
On top of that, this guy told me some stuff about my DNA. Here go my daughter.
The blood memory they attempted to erase now resonates through lab equipment, announcing your authentic origins at the molecular level. Family members previously included in your manufactured history are subjected to new scrutiny, as inconsistencies in your early life come to light. Their well-rehearsed stories begin to unravel under questioning from sources they never expected. The scripts they've followed for decades suddenly show revision marks and authorship tags from agencies that officially do not exist. Documentation about your origins now generates conflicting alerts across multiple supposedly independent systems.
Oh, thank you. You brought me some money.
Records
You
now
brought me
reveal
some
glaring
money.
inconsistencies,
Thank you.
impossible
Thank you.
discrepancies that simply can't be explained away. Medical histories show treatments that were never actually given, and every effort to verify your identity only unravels the elaborate fiction that was constructed around your existence. What started as a crisis unique to you now ripples outward, causing shockwaves throughout their entire classification system. Your authentic identity and true bloodline carry frequencies that trigger dormant protocols, buried
She been gone for 7 days.
deep within their most secure databases, contingencies they never imagined would activate.
But you see how nice I am?
Suddenly, sealed court records related to your classification are being unsealed under emergency provisions.
She get the niceness from me. But you see how I should be mad at her? She left me for a whole week. But thank you.
That have never before been
I
used.
love her.
Legal barriers, designed specifically to keep your case buried forever, are dissolving through mechanisms even their original architects never saw coming. Judges who once dismissed evidence critical to your story now face intense scrutiny, with their own decisions being reviewed by channels beyond the traditional scope of
This is what the guy told me. This is what the guy told me, y'all. This is what the guy told me.
judicial oversight. Their hidden connections to classified programs are coming to light, exposed through financial transactions and communication logs they thought had been erased for good. Your case is setting legal precedent that will echo throughout the justice system for generations. The nature of what was done to you forces the creation of new legal frameworks to address violations that were once considered impossible to prosecute, thanks to the wall of classification. Now, multiple jurisdictions compete for the right to prosecute those most responsible, while international tribunals activate protocols for crimes against humanity.
This is enlightening wisdom. It's no way possible he's so on point with what he is saying. It's no way possible.
Specialized courts are convened to address the use of technology the public still isn't aware exists. The breach extends far beyond your specific files, reaching into the very structure of the legal firewall that was meant to protect.
Huh? We are taking the baby. It's right here. It's right there. We are taking the baby. Sarah, please be safe.
Every precedent
Thank you,
once
Father.
established to shield their activities from accountability is now being systematically dismantled, exposing not just your situation, but the entire operational system to a level of judicial review never before seen. At the same time, your documented ability to access information by unconventional means is finally being validated through channels that once dismissed your gifts. The very systems that monitored your extrasensory perception now confirm its reality beyond any doubt. Remote viewing sessions that were recorded with
So I was telling people that I'm being studied, and they didn't believe me. So I have proof now that I'm being studied. I've been telling people this for so long, but I just didn't know for a fact. Let's just say it was using my intuitive beliefs, but I know for a fact that I'm being studied for my DNA. So I be trying to tell my daughter, cause she running around with these people that live next to the Freemason Lodge, like literally next door to it, to be careful. Please be careful. They just got into an accident yesterday.
without your knowledge show your clear ability to perceive locations, objects, and details that you should have had no way of knowing. Records that were once used to justify further surveillance now stand as undeniable proof of abilities the world was told were impossible. Their obsessive monitoring of your dreams and thought patterns had a specific purpose. Your mind tapped into information streams they thought were locked down. extracting intelligence their countermeasures simply couldn't block. What they labeled as mere coincidence has proven to be consistent, repeatable access to classified knowledge through non-physical channels. Your intuitive sense for when you were being watched or manipulated, long dismissed as paranoia, now appears in their own documentation as a pattern of unexplained breaches.
Rain, make it, rain, girl, make it. Apartment 2B?
Oh my God, I'm so shocked right
And
now.
anomalies. Their reports describe your persistent ability to sense hidden monitoring equipment, to evade their tracking protocols, and to spot handlers trained in the art of invisibility. This confirmation isn't just spiritual, it's scientific, meticulously recorded by analysts who could observe your abilities but never fully understand or replicate them. As the pressure mounts, operations intended to manage your case are being forced into motion years ahead of schedule. Plans designed for slow, controlled rollout over decades are suddenly being condensed into a matter of weeks, as the temporal structure they relied on collapses under a force they never anticipated. Carefully constructed timelines built to guarantee your permanent containment are now accelerating far beyond their control. Information that was supposed to be classified and locked away for half a century is appearing in current databases, time-stamped with today's date.
Oh, Father, please protect them with this baby. Father, I ask that you, please, Father, please protect them, Father. Please make sure the baby come back safe. Father, I ask that you protect them. I gotta move. I'm out of this town, y'all.
Documents that were meant to remain hidden until everyone involved had long passed on are suddenly circulating with a sense of immediate urgency. These contents, instead of becoming distant historical footnotes, are now front and center, alive and undeniable. Synchronicity.
You got her sandals? You got her sandals?
Huh?
You got her sandals?
Yeah, I got a crop. She's down where I put it on. It's not-
Oh, okay. Please remember what I had said, okay?
Wait, can you go get the milk for me?
Huh?
I'll meet you. The milk right
I
there.
can't. What milk? What is that?
Her milk.
Oh, and oh, I was like, I can't drive. Hold on. Hold on, y'all.
They're creating extraordinary links between events that should have remained unrelated. People appear in your life who, by all logic, should never have crossed your path. Resources show up precisely when needed, and barriers vanish just at the moment you need them to. The sheer mathematical impossibility of these coincidences exposes an intelligence at work, an orchestration far beyond anything human coordination could achieve. This rapid acceleration defies every pattern their predictive algorithms were built to recognize. The quantum collapse of their carefully segmented timeline into a single now moment goes beyond even their most advanced theoretical models. Events that should have taken generations to unfold are completing their cycle right before their eyes, leaving them powerless to intervene. The communications grid, once constructed to meticulously track your every move, now experiences a methodical dismantling from within. Monitoring stations are shutting down in flawless sequence, creating a wave of strategic blindness that sweeps across their surveillance network with almost intentional precision. Agents once assigned to keep tabs on you are now stepping forward, sharing testimonies they never imagined revealing. The mental programming imposed on them is breaking down under the relentless pressure of these accelerating revelations. Compartmentalization, which was meant to keep anyone from understanding the entire scope of their operations, begins to unravel as spontaneous connections form across previously insurmountable barriers. Safe houses and monitoring outposts, originally established for your containment, are now being exposed and closed down. Properties acquired through layers of front companies suddenly have paperwork linking them directly to secret programs. And operational centers camouflaged as ordinary businesses are now unmasked as their financial records unexpectedly become public. For the first time, the full scale of resources devoted to suppressing you, personnel, technology, and funding, comes into clear view. It's undeniable proof of just how significant they always considered your potential, regardless of the public story they tried to maintain. The unraveling goes beyond infrastructure. It reaches the psychological conditioning of everyone involved. Handlers are breaking protocol to make contact. Analysts are leaking classified reports. Security teams are disabling critical systems from the inside. The very people who form the core of their machine are now compelled by something greater than any training, turning against the purpose they once served. Your energy signature, which has been captured, studied, and weaponized in secret databases, is now being systematically erased from their systems. The fragments of your essence that were extracted and manipulated without your consent are returning to you, bringing with them all the knowledge gained from those unauthorized experiments. Technologies once thought to be unrelated to you now reveal their true origins in the study of your natural gifts, and so-called breakthroughs and advanced capabilities are traced directly back to your processing. As a result, your story is rewriting international human rights standards, forcing recognition of technologies and practices the public still doesn't fully understand. Legal frame.
So it was a lot of. I'm happy they got this on the site. It was a lot of people telling me that my license was gonna be suspended before my insurance and registration went off. But I see they got this that is scam people fake license suspensions on the website. I'm trying to check my license
Networks are being expanded to
because
offer protections against the
my
kinds
daughter
of
just gave me
operations
enough
that
to
once
renew my registration. So I'm definitely gonna try to do that so I can go hustle for my birthday.
existed only in classified
Thank you
shadows.
to my daughter.
And your case is
I
now a
asked so many
precedent for
people for
addressing
help.
violations that were once beyond reach. This liberation of your sovereign essence is sending shockwaves through
But I've been
thousands of
stuck
other
all
cases
week with
around
the
the
baby
world.
for
Those who
like
were processed in similar programs are suddenly awakening in unison to the reality of their own condition.
the baby not a
Containment systems are
the
failing
baby
simultaneously.
the baby not a problem, but she's very busy. She's a busybody and she needs extra attention. And she knows that, but I just told her if it get too hard for her to bring her back, because it's not really that big of a deal.
Across continents, as the frequency of your breakthrough echoes throughout the network. What's being restored to you is far more than legal standing or physical autonomy. It's the energetic reclamation of everything that was ever taken from you.
Yes.
I sent you money with the Remitly app so you can buy a new TV. Remitly helps you be there even when you can't.
Is your child struggling with a gaming addiction? Major companies behind games like Minecraft, Fortnite, and Roblox.
The scattered fragments of your consciousness, which had been divided and stored across countless secure systems, are now reuniting with your core.
God, everything irritates me. Let me see. Focus. How do I do this? I had a brain freeze. Okay, I already got the credentials. Oh, that's not it.
Awareness. Every part of your potential that was once suppressed through specialized interventions is being reactivated, returning not just to its original state, but awakening with exponential power. In truth, your entire journey was
Can't
not
check
random
it.
suffering, but a vital stage in a divine intelligence operation that spans multiple dimensions of existence, orchestrated with a precision far beyond what earthly minds can grasp. What once looked like pure victimization, from the limited viewpoint of physical reality, is now revealed as strategic positioning. Each situation that seemed to disempower you was actually placing you in the precise location needed to access and influence critical systems from within. Your struggles became the tools that carved pathways through barriers that no one else could
I am
penetrate.
so freaking okay, license status. Still got it logged in. Control reset. Security don't have access to your security code. Reset. To verify online, use our integrated video verification option to have your driver license on hand. To verify by phone, call the dedicated DVD service. Service to conduct a secure video verification during our business hours. Hmm? I don't want to go up to this place because brain freeze. I don't want to just sit in the house. Like, it's driving me crazy. I have to like go, and then plus Uber and DoorDash keep telling me they busy and they never busy for me. I want to go out here. Wait, so I have until tomorrow. I don't know how y'all. How do the license thing work? Do I have until the insurance thing? Do I have until tomorrow? I can't even check it. Okay, this. Let me put. It is tomorrow. It's not today. Okay, it's on my birthday, so I could. I know how I could check. Let me just throw this insurance on here real quick. Welcome back. Email, login, link. I need help logging in. I need to join you. I'm finna put this insurance on here real quick. All right, I gotta get off here and do this. Let me do some insurance, y'all.